We do want to step aside momentarily because we do have breaking news out of New Hampshire in the Mauricio Guerrero case that we've been following, the stalker in the attic trial. The jury has returned and let the court know that they have a verdict. They are walking into the courtroom right now, so we're going to take you in live to hear what they have to say.
Unanimous verdicts on all of the charges before it. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So at this time, what I'm going to do is ask the clerk to take the verdicts from you orally here in court. What she'll do, you have the verdict form in front of you. She'll track the verdict form and ask you what your verdict is after each charge. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Judge. Sir, is to charge ID number 1948114C, charging the defendant with burglary on or between February 7 to 9, 2022. How does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? I just need that. Thank you. Moving on then to the second charge, charge ID number 1948115C, charging the defendant with burglary on or between February 7 to 9, 2022. A second time, how does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? And given that you found a not guilty as to that, how say you on the lesser included offense of criminal trespass, does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? And moving on to charge ID number 1977910C, charging the defendant with burglary on or between February 7 to 9, 2022, the third time, how does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? Having found the defendant not guilty of that, how say you on the lesser included offense of criminal trespass? Do you find the defendant, does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? Moving on to charge ID number 1948138C, charging the defendant with burglary on or between February 7 to 9, 2022, a fourth time, how does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? Moving on to charge ID number 1977940C, charging the defendant with criminal trespass on or between the first and last days of January 2022. How does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? As to charge ID number 1992047C, charging the defendant with invasion of privacy, parentheses, viewing, on or between February 8 to 9, 2022. How does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? And finally, as to charge ID number 1992048C, charging the defendant with invasion of privacy, parentheses, recording, on or between February 8 to 9, 2022. How does the jury find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of all of you? Thank you, sir. You may be seated.
All right, thank you, Mr. Guerrero. You can be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your service in this case. You are discharged. You are free to leave the courthouse if you wish. However, I would like to thank you personally. You're not obligated to stay in the deliberation room, but I will be around in a few minutes to address you before you leave, just to thank you for your service. All right, but again, you're not obligated to stay. You've probably seen enough of me at this point. And so thank you very much.
Please rise.
There you have it, guilty on most of the counts for Mauricio Guerrero there in New Hampshire. He was charged with 5 counts of burglary, 2 counts of invasion of privacy. This jury coming back with a not guilty on one of those invasion of privacy counts. Let's bring in to discuss this our legal analysts who are standing by this hour, criminal defense attorney Elizabeth Baker and former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani. It's so great to have you all on. Nima, let me start with you. Reaction to this verdict, the jury seeming to come back with saying that she didn't have necessarily a reasonable expectation of privacy in her bedroom in terms of the invasion of privacy count, but that she did, or that Mauricio Guerrero broke the law when he recorded her in the nude while she slept inside of her bedroom. Your thoughts?
Yeah, a little bit of a split verdict. Obviously bodes well for the prosecution, though. You know, we do have that not guilty on the burglary, so it seems like the jurors bought the defense argument that at least he didn't intend to commit the felony, at least with respect to that one incident when he went in, but he was trespassing. And like you said, with respect to the invasion of privacy, maybe it was because she had an OnlyFans account and that's how they met. But all in all, still a pretty good verdict for the state and expected, given that Guerrero was found at the scene of the victim's apartment or in the attic, excuse me, when he was arrested.
Elizabeth Baker, when you see jurors split hairs like this, I mean, they got down to the nitty-gritty. They sent questions about intent, whether his intent could be formed once he was inside of the dwelling. That was their first question. They wanted to know if the burglary only occurs if he had the intent to commit a felony before he went in or after, and he was told that under New Hampshire law, if he forms it while he's inside, that's still a burglary. Your thoughts on this seemingly very detailed jury?
I'd say they did a fine job. I'm always bolstered when juries take the jury instructions quite seriously, and it sounds like the lawyers were very successful in arguing intent issues. However, we do have, at least one invasion of privacy and one burglary conviction. I suspect if there was this split verdict represents maybe some proof problems on the additional dates. There may have been some forensic issues about the second set of dates or a different theory by the state. It is pretty clear that you can form the intent to commit the felony once you're inside. But overall, given the overwhelming evidence of finding the person at the location, it's probably about as good a verdict as the defense could hope for.
That is absolutely the case. Nima, real quick, he took the stand in this case. This defendant told his story. Some people thought he was sympathetic. Others felt that he actually hurt himself when he took the stand. Now that we know the outcome, do you think that it was in his best interest to speak in front of this jury?
Julie, it was not. When the defendant testifies in a criminal case, the case will usually come down to his or her testimony. I agree he was somewhat sympathetic for now a convicted burglar and someone who was stalking the victim. The defense did the best they could with the hand that they were dealt, trying to say that he was manipulated by the woman who was older, but at the end of the day, the jury saw through it and it wasn't enough. Clearly, in hindsight, he should have stayed off the stand, but sometimes defendants make decisions that can hurt themselves.
Tears there from that defendant as he is exiting the courthouse. He does have to still contend with sentencing in this case. We are going to take a quick break.